Hey there, how you doing? Where am I going to be looking here? I need to be looking just about there. That was awfully rude of me to point, wasn't I? I'm terribly sorry. What a terrible manners I've got. So, anyway, I'm all ears. Tell me about yourself. Really? That's fantastic. No. You don't say twice? Goodness me. And afterwards? Oh, I expect he'll call. Actually, I was going to do a thing here. I was going to... Because it's Christmas. Very Christmassy in here. Well, first of all, I rewrote Jingle Bells, and I was going to go... I dug out the chords, and I was going to just start with the chorus of Jingle Bells, and I was going to go... Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to die alone on Christmas Day. Hey! I missed the note in there, didn't I? But I couldn't make D7th anymore, so I couldn't do it. So I guess the joke is on me. So then what was I going to do? There's a heck of a storm going on here. Oh, that's right, yeah, so I was going to have I thought about having a series. I'm in the wrong place because I can't see the television behind me. Bear me a second. I don't want to look at me, I want to look at that. And I was going to have a series of Christmas cards and everything. And I'm just losing interest in this even set, but it was quite funny. Well, I'm going to read a little bit of a book. Now I was going to read one of my comedy books, but I didn't really want to because it just, you know, they have a bad taste in my mouth now since Amazon have taken them down and won't allow me to sell them. Well, boy, this is working out really fine, isn't it? But then I thought, I haven't read... I bend down now. I should have thought this through. Ugh. I haven't read this for ages. Probably not since I wrote it. And this is... So I never got to read it to my daughter. So this is a book I wrote. As you can see, it's called The Private Diary of Emily Jade Murphy, age 0. And it's the diary of my daughter. And what's very interesting is Emily has become the Emily that I wrote in the book. But I mean, who knew when she was like, 3 months old? So, but it was the diary. Well, it says the first 6 months in the life of the world's most intelligent, lateral thinking, and sarcastic baby. You can read it for yourself if you don't believe me. And so I thought I'd read a few bits from it just to myself. I don't need to upload it if it's rubbish, but where can we start? So it's so the thing is, it's a baby's diary. So the baby's just been born. It starts with her in utero. In fact, what am I going to do today? What's going on? All the water's draining away. And it just details the baby's sort of sitting there in the crib and God, observing adult life that's going on around her. My goodness, Emily, you were so beautiful then. You're even more beautiful now. I do like that. There's going to be a whole series of these. I've finished 2. Book 3, I think, was finished but never proofread. And it was going to be in 6 months, or every 6 months there was going to be a 6-month update up until she started school, and I was going to stop there. And book 4, I think only the first 13 pages exist. But as I say, then Amazon came along and said, we don't want you selling your books on our site. We're happy to have every kind of right-wing, fascist and extremist pamphlet going and everything, but your comedy books and your poems, they didn't take them down for the comedy books and poems. I put some of my, I made a book of some of my paintings, and they went, these are obscene. And I said, well, what are they of then? Well, we don't know, but they're obscene in any case. They're not obscene at all. Well, either way, we're not publishing. They just took exception to my emails, and that's, we are Amazon. How dare you be belligerent with us? You cow down. You go, oh, yes, sir, yes, sir. You're the mighty Amazon. We've got to do everything you say. I should imagine, Mr. Bezos, that G has his eyes on you, and then gee whiz. Sunday. I don't really want to do this now. Yeah, Sunday. I'll see if I can get into it. This isn't the book I was going to read. Oh, I just got sat in my beautiful sun. That always cheers me up. So, Saturday, the 26th of February, 1:21 p.m. I'm sorry, I'm reading it now because I can imagine Emily just saying this, or thinking this, So this is the baby. So, unless otherwise stated, I am the baby, and it's the baby saying all these things, thinking all these things. It transpires that the dadsy has parents as well. 2 of them, in fact. One a mumsy, the other a dadsy. They are called Louise, this is the mumsy, and Sydney. Guess. They live in a village called London, and they have been on a house hunting holiday in either Cherbourg or the Sorbonne for the last 3 weeks, depending on which one I overheard correctly. I know all of this because they are currently sitting on the sofa in front of me. I am in my now standard trophy position on the mumsy's lap. Sometimes I wonder why she just does not have a plaque put on me saying, Emily Jade, captured 2015, and put me in a display case in the hall. She's so beautiful, Isla, the Louise is saying. I could grow to like this woman. How heavy was she? Asked Sir Sidney. What's it to him? How heavy are you, fatso? And anyway, why do we have to go through this cross-examination every time that I'm introduced to somebody new? The mumsy should just have had an answer sheet printed up and distributed, consisting of the following information. 1. £7.5. 2. Emily Jade. 3. Breast not bottle. Opposite for Nancy. 4. No, he would not have preferred a boy. 5. 2 more. 6. She sleeps like a baby. Surprised? 7. Maternity leave. Alternatively, I suppose you could have just read Mind Your Own Bloody Business. I expect you've wetted the baby's head, son, asked Sir Sidney. The dadsy started to say something with his chest puffed up like a thing that puffs its chest up. A giraffe? A salmon? I'm not too genned up on the animal things yet. But the mumsy shot him a disapproving glance and he deflated rather rapidly and just mumbled something about, well, a few drinks for the lads. I hope that mumsy would teach me those magic looks of hers someday. I trust that he helps out with the more unpleasanter aspects, Isla, said Louise. What does the woman mean? I have no unpleasanter aspects, thank you very much. Hand me to this woman so that I can dribble on her. Well, started the mumsy. No, tell me, how is Paul with the dirty nappies, continued the Louise. Surprising me, I can tell you, that I thought the dadsy was long past wearing nappies. Oh, he's very good, said the mumsy. He can do the 100 metres in 6 seconds flat at the side of one. There's possibly a lesson in there for our Olympic team. Instead of a baton, if they were handed a dirty nappy. You make sure you help Isla now, Paul, said the dadsy's mumsy. This relative business is worse than algebra to work out. It's very hard work, a new baby. Yes, I eat, sleep and get paraded around of visitors. Not exactly pyramid building, is it? Gosh, what a burden I must be. I remember what you were like, continued the Louise, exhibiting remarkable clarity of recall, seeing that it must have been several centuries ago. Up all night, yelling and wailing and screaming. Mind you, that was when he was 16, remarked Miss Sidney. So, how was your holiday then, Mum? Asked the dadsy. Even I saw that change of conversation. Still, it appears to work. Well, we weren't best pleased with the hotel, were we, Sidney? No, dear. No, dear, at the hotel? Scandalous. I think that 3 weeks is too long a time, really. For what, a fortnight? We had to complain to the manager nearly every day about something, didn't we, Sidney? We did. I don't think we're going there again. That'll break their hearts, won't it? So, when is the christening then, Isla? Asked Louise. Ah, said the mumsy. Ah. Ooh, I thought. Ooh. We haven't quite decided what we're going to do yet, Mother, said the dadsy. This means that the mumsy is not decided yet. We may leave it for a few years, the mumsy said. After all, we're not entirely sure that it should be our decision. For one thing, rather than Emily Jade's. My choice? Ooh, goody. Let's see, christening. I say, if it tastes good, I'll have one. Oh, I don't know, dear, said the Louise, seemingly to the ceiling. It's best not to leave these things. Emily Jade could grow up confused. What? In fact, what? Considering the contact I've had with these big people so far, I'd say it's a racing certainty that I'll grow up confused. I'm confused now. I think it's a racing certainty that Daddy will read that with the wrong emphasis, and so says it again. What? In fact, what? Considering the contact that I've had with these big people so far, I'd say it's a racing certainty that I'll grow up confused. I'm confused now. Well, we'll think about it some more, said the Mumsy, although why she didn't just say, this conversation has ended as of this very instant, and have done with the subterfuge, I do not know. Perhaps big people always say what they mean. 9:02 p.m. We'll decide when we're good and ready, Paul. Is that understood? Yes, darling. 11:19 p.m. I mean, I'm fond of your mother and father, but I won't have them interfering in our important decisions, Paul. No, darling. 3 bags full, darling. 11:43 p.m. Emily Jade is only 6 weeks. Paul, are you asleep? Oh, for the chance. Tuesday, March the 1st, 9:06 a.m. Shouldn't I be starting school soon? The baby at this point is 3 weeks old, I should point out. Wednesday, March the 2nd. What's happened to my voice? Constricted my throat. Wednesday, March the 2nd, 11:16 a.m. We have a new set of visitors, which indicates that at least some of the people on the Mumsy's Facebook page are real. It is the Rebecca and her 3-year-old son James, to whom we are playing hostess with the mostess, although I am bordering on being the hostess who couldn't care less. The Becca part was okay, as I was cuddled, complimented, lauded and loaded up with new gifts, including a rather nice musical seahorse which plays soothing lullabies to help me sleep. Although I think this might be better off going to the parent people, since they're always moaning to anyone with ears that they haven't slept since I came along. Doubtless because they're staying awake all night, as I do not want to miss a single second of me. Bless them. The James part of the equation has redefined uninteresting, as, apart from a cursory glance and a brief shake of the rattle in front of me, he has been a less than enthralling companion. Still, I must familiarise myself with all forms of people I am unfamiliarised with, so that whilst the Mumsy rocked me in her arms as she and the Becca swapped tales about stretch mark cream and child benefit, from what I can gather, the Mumsy and Daddy are nicking the pocket money I get each month from Uncle Government. Anyway, I shall observe the James and familiate, well, who needs verbs anyway, myself with his species. So, he lies sprawled on the sofa, aimlessly watching any old dross that is on the TV. Puts finger in here. Withdraws finger, examines it. Wipes finger on back of sofa. Yeah, we're chuckling because we've all done it. Slides onto floor. Some of the things. I'm going off message again now. Sorry. Slides onto floor. Pain is a cleanser. Slides onto floor. Wipes tears out of eyes. Slides onto floor for the 10th time. Starts building my set of 6 stacking bricks. Gives up a brick 3. Climbs back on sofa. Plays with TV remote control thingy. Puts remote control thingy down when driver Dan starts speaking Spanish. Reaches for his orange juice, which is on the coffee table in front of him. Discovers that orange juice is just out of reach. Decides he does not want orange juice. Lies on his back. Explores nose with finger. Passes wind. Well, now I am familiar with what boys do, although I'm sure they grow out of all these things as they get older. Thursday, March the 3rd, 10:36 a.m. Scooby-Doo is down, fluffy animals are up. Emily had a Scooby mobile above her cot, or Moses basket. Scooby is down, fluffy animals are up. The Sydney and the Louise left a load of presents for me, which I have been unable to be the grateful recipient of until now, as it's taken the Dadsy this long to put my IKEA chest of drawers together. Rome wasn't built in a day, and that is because the Daddy kept dropping the Allen key. Instead of Loopy Scooby, I now get to stare at a purple elephant, an orange giraffe, and a blue toucan with a red tiger. And a red tiger even. Is this thing really meant to soothe me off to dreamland? I mean, wouldn't all these things eat me? 11:41 a.m. Oh, thing plays a song. Aided by the mumsy on vocals. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Hint, probably what it are is a little star. Clue is in title, mumsy. Still, it's a lovely little tune. I could listen to it all day. 11:16 a.m. Enough! Turn it off! 38th time was not a charm. 11:21 a.m. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wish you would get swallowed up by a black hole. Friday, March the 4th, 8:31 a.m. I have been upgraded to size 2 nappies. I can talk better than the Dadsy can. I don't have any teeth yet. Friday the 4th of March, or Friday, March the 4th, depending on what country you're in. 8:31 a.m. I have been upgraded to size 2 nappies. I'm statistic on the obesity crisis chart. Should I start an exercise regime? Should I switch to low-fat breasts? More importantly, these new nappies. Does my bum look big enough? 8:55 a.m. Although, I suppose I should be grateful I am not being shoehorned into size 0. Last week, the mumsy made the rookie mistake of trusting the Dadsy to do the simple job of buying nappies, and he came home with 10 megapacks of size 0 because, well, I thought the 0 meant her age, and she would go on to size 1 when she was 1, and so on. It's an easy mistake. They should be more specific on the packets. What, like where it says which weight they are suitable for you? You mean, came the riposte. Didn't see that, mumbled the man whose attention to detail is honestly what my future security relies upon. My jaws are starting to get tired. I don't know how much longer we got left to go on this. We're in 24 minutes. I'll do what I can, but my jaw is starting to seize up now, folks. Every time I get cheesed off, I look in the viewfinder and I see my beautiful son, Dylan, now. In case you're wondering, I wrote a book with Dylan called The Amazing Smeller Man, which is about a superhero that passes wind. His nemesis, Dr. Blocked Nose, and he fights the grungy goblin, and it's like a spoof of Spider-Man, you know, so instead of fighting the Vulture, he fights the dreaded Budgie. Well, maybe we'll do that another day. Anyway, Saturday the 5th of March, 12:31 p.m. This morning, I was taken for a drive. My first thoughts were that either 1, I had come up for parole, 2, I was to be exchanged at the hospital for an item which did not eat so much, or 3, was being taken to some bulrushes. It transpired that I was being taken to a petrol station. Still, it's always best to be prepared. I was giving a running commentary by the mumsy, who sat in the back with me to ensure I did not escape, and so that she can mime sorry to all the people the Dadsy appears to be giving driving advice to. It seems that we live in a small village called West Camel, which is, in the Dadsy's eloquent words, a pimple on the arse of the world. That is true, folks. Perhaps the Dadsy works in the Tourist Information Office. I have also learned that 1, they have smashed the windows of the Chippy again. 2, the wool shop has a sale on. 3, Silver Street is getting more run down by the week. It's nice to learn the important things in life as soon as one can. The trivia can wait till later. I am not sure really that spending 45 minutes getting me ready and into the car was worth it, considering the ensuing journey only took 15 minutes there and back, or there and further around if we went in a circle. I can so hear Emily saying some of these lines. I could have been prepared in a fraction of the time. I don't know, 42/75 probably. But the parent people continue to be so cautious with me that they hound me like a snowflake. Rightly so, of course, but with this level of soft touch, if I'm going to be an Oscar winner in my 20s, they had better start getting me dressed and ready now, as I think they would be more heavy-handed with high explosives than they are with me. What? I think I missed a line out there. Not that I want them to put the test. I'm flagging a bit here, folks. Not that I want... I'll have to slow it down. Not that I want to put them to the test on it. Read the comments below. I have quite a severe disability, muscular disability. And I must admit, that took the laughs out, didn't I? And I must admit, I'm just going to go all ad-libby now. And I must admit, it never fails to be fun watching the look of fear cover their faces if I so much as make a sound when I'm being manoeuvred. The best bit, of course, is that after all the time spent getting me sorted, the daddy had 3.7 seconds to get himself together, which meant he went out unshaven in his jogging bottoms and with his hair looking like a family of mice were making a nest in it, which had the mumsy hiding behind the sunblind because she did not want people to see her with him. Someone at the garage did wave to her whilst the daddy filled the car up with petrol. But but the mumsy but I tell you, but the mumsy pressed her face. Thank you. But the mumsy pressed her face to the window really hard and pretended she was a Garfield puppet stuck there. Parents, eh? Sunday, March the 6th, 2:45 p.m. The daddy is sulking. To give him credit, he does it very well. He wanted to watch the live football match on the Please Stare at Me Endlessly Without Moving Blinking speaking box. Mumsy wanted to watch her Your New Baby DVD. When Aristotle was expounding his theory of democracy, he obviously failed to take into account the fact that the mumsy always has the deciding vote. Nevertheless, I am somewhat troubled by the mumsy's wholesale and unquestioning acceptance of her Your New Baby DVD, since it quite patently features an imposter, and not me at all. The mumsy's inability to differentiate between her own offspring and a bit part actor earning a few rusks is more than slightly disconcerting. Also, I notice that not only does the mumsy fail to spot that she too is played by someone else in the DVD, but the perfect hair and teeth and not a stretch mark in sight lady who is playing the mumsy is running around like a greyhound, smiling and singing just a day after giving birth to the me. The real mumsy didn't have the energy to blink for 2 days after. I do hope that the Stare at Me Endlessly box is not some kind of bizarre fantasy illusion peddling entertainment device. 7:30 p.m. Nope, can't be. Just watch the X Factor. No entertainment there. Okay, I think we'll leave it there. Okay, so that was some of my book, The Private Diary of Emily Jade Murphy. I haven't looked through this for such a long time. Sorry, I'm just reading myself then. So, thank you for your patience, folks. As the doctors used to say. Don't get me started. Right. Oh, I'm bring this forward. Hello. Oh, the cable's falling out of you. Oh, have you lost your cable? Goodbye. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with me.